Hello and welcome back to On Point Wargaming. Now recently I've been looking at my late war Germans for bolt action as they've been somewhat neglected as I've been working on my Australians and the warband for Warlords of Erewhon. So I've spent the last week adding to sections, building new squads, etc. However, there is a vehicle kit that's been sitting on my shelf for over 6 months now, the Panzer 38T Hetzer. Like a lot of my vehicle kits, this was picked up during Warlord Games Black Friday deals last year. Now it's been sat on my shelf for such a long time because, well, I've heard mixed reviews of the kit and the build in general. If you check out Tabletop Wolf's review of the kit, he is definitely not the biggest fan of this particular build. I'll pop a link to his video in the description below, and I'd recommend checking out that video and his channel in general. He does a lot of really informative videos. But I thought I'd do a quick unboxing from my perspective, put the thing together and report back. So, on to the opening. Okay, now the kit can be built as 3 different variants, the standard Hetzer, the Panzer 38T and the 2cm flak 38. Now, I don't actually think the latter variant was ever built or used, but I could just be misinformed. It certainly wouldn't be the first time. Anywho, I'll be building mine as a standard Hetzer. Now, the instructions, they appear to be pretty straightforward, but the wheel and track construction looks somewhat fiddly. I'll be honest, I hate building track sections, so this may be a little entertaining, and by entertaining I mean lots of swearing without repeating myself. Oh joy. The box also comes with the standard decals and smoke explosion markers, which I'll probably end up using at some point in the near future. And there is 3 sprues in the box, which is fairly normal. Given the 3 options to build the different variants of the Hetzer. Right, with that being said, it's time to grab a cup of coffee, put on some Aphex Twin and crack on with the build. I shall see you all on the other side. And welcome back. And no, I haven't finished the Hetzer yet, but I have completed the tracks and I just want to discuss said running gear construction before I carry on with the rest of the build. These were a bit of a nightmare, if I'm being completely honest. Each side consists of 17 pieces, including the tracks, and while a little fiddly putting the wheel section together, it was nothing compared to the 4-piece track sections. Now, maybe I'm having an off day or I'm not putting these together correctly, but they just did not want to go together in any way, shape or form. I would consider myself quite an accomplished model maker. I've made quite a few models in my lifetime, but these tracks was something else. They just, again, I don't know whether it was me, whether it was the kit or a combination of the two. After several dry run throughs, I thought I had it cracked, but as soon as I got the glue out, it just wouldn't fit. They just would not go together. But not to worry, I've broken up the green stuff and I've plugged the gaps with green stuff. Now I'm not too worried, as I always weather my tanks and vehicles, so I'll just hide or obscure these with bits of mud and dirt. There's only 5 pieces or 5 parts that I had to plug with the green stuff, but actually constructing these 2 was a bit time consuming, I'll be completely honest, but the main thing is they're now finished. Attaching them to the hull may present new and colourful problems, but I'll deal with that later should I come to it. Right, it's time for the hull section, so I'll see you all in a bit. And I'm back again. So, quick observation test. There are 2 things on my desk: the completed Hetzer and a nice cold beer. Guess which I'm probably going to enjoy more. Quick clue, it isn't the Hetzer. Blimey, where do I start? Okay, the bad bits. those tracks were a nightmare, and quite frankly it didn't get less any nightmarish, if I'm being honest. I just found the whole kit really a bit over involved and fiddly. As a vehicle, I like the Hetzer. It looks pretty cool, and will probably look about a million times cooler once I get some paint and weathering on it. Because at the moment it looks pretty crappy. I'll be completely honest about it. Some of it could be down to user error, but I usually enjoy kits that are a bit involved, that make you think, and that high level of detail, and give you a sense of achievement and accomplishment when you've actually finished the kit at the end. I just didn't enjoy building this. It felt like a bit of a chore ploughing through it, and I think I may have actually used my own body weight in glue in putting it together. But being an eternal optimist, I'm hopeful that I can bring this back to a point where I'm vaguely happy with it. So, are there any good bits? Well, definitely. I mean, it's a good looking model, and it's a great recreation of the Hetzer, and it will certainly do a job in my late war German lists. It was just a bit of a trek to get there. What I'll do is, once I've painted it and I've weathered it, I'll do a bit of an update video, just to see where I got to with it and if I could actually rescue it. I'm pretty confident that it will look tabletop quality once I'm done with it, but at the moment it looks pretty crappy. I'll be completely honest about it. But it was an experience, and I'm glad to finally get it built. Like I said, I'm looking forward to painting it. It's not a bad looking kit. It was just the build was fiddly, and I say it felt overly involved. But again, it could just be me. Some people could fly through it, and normally I really enjoy building models for my bolt action armies, but this one, mark it up on the slightly regrettable list. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, and as always, take care. May your dice roll well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.